Welcome everyone, my name is Fist Truck. Today I'm coming at you with something that's very different, my face. So you're gonna be able to see a shit ton of jump cuts as I continue to fuck up talking over and over again. So recently hit 1,000 subscribers, hell yeah, big wiener energy. Thank you so much everyone who decided to hit that subscribe button, I appreciate it dearly. Also might as well just do the plug now. Join the 1,000 plus people who decided to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe today, subscribe now. So we go, I put up a community post along with making an announcement on my Thymesia Not a Review video talking about, hey, I'm gonna do the very obligatory, typical 1K subscriber Q&A special, blah, 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 blah. So we got a handful of questions. I'm gonna answer them. Let's get this shit started. Starting with Tamor Bashir. When will Despacito 2 be released? I don't know why I'm thinking about this longer than I should. I don't know, when Tupac comes back from the dead? Next, we have a question from Simpanzee88. You can't make this shit up. Why wipe before you sheet? Should you not sheet then wipe? No, you shouldn't. Chad Gamer Chad asks, do you or have you ever played Team Fortress 2? That's a fucking throwback for me. So I got the orange box on the Xbox 360 when it came out. This is going back to like 2007, I think. I played the shit out of Team Fortress 2 back then. Probably played it consistently for about a year and a half, something like that. But as everybody knows, the console version was kind of thrown to the wayside for, I guess, kind of annoying decisions on both Valve and console manufacturers. And nonetheless, I kind of stopped being interested in it, especially when I see that the PC version had all the cool stuff, like the whole escort the payload or whatever mode never made it over to the console version. So, yeah, so I only had like the capture the point or get the briefcase modes. It's been a very long time, so pardon me for forgetting. And I was super duper late on the whole PC gaming thing. And nowadays, competitive shooters really aren't my thing. Back in early high school, middle school, early college, I was super into all that kind of stuff. Gears of War, Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, all that kind of shit. Nowadays, really not my cup of tea. Though I did play Overwatch really fucking hard when it came out, but that's done. Alright, now moving on to the questions that were asked in the Thymesia Not a Review video. We start with Two Dads Kissing, a longtime supporter of the channel, both on here and Twitch, which I have not streamed in a long time, and I don't know when I will again. Maybe a part of me thinks I should start doing it on this platform instead. Anyway. How many trucks did you fist before the title was bestowed upon you? 0. However, I guess I might as well just tell the origin story of the name. Skyrim. I got Skyrim, started playing it, was not having fun. I was trying to do like a battle mage kind of thing that really wasn't working out. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a beefy ass character, heavy armor, orc, 2 weapons, possibly punch shit. What's like a man meat beef chuck? Fucking medium rare steak ass name that I could give my guy. Fist Truck was the first thing that came to mind, and it just kind of stuck ever since. Not very magical, I know. Next question he asks. When did you first decide to become handsome and talented? Well, when it comes to talent, most of that really just comes with practice. So if you ever want to be good at something, just practice it consistently. Just like my video editing skills, I practice that all the time, and you could definitely tell because all I do is just put JPEGs in my videos. I mean, aside from that, if there's anything I think I'm like talented in, would be that shit there. I guess I'll put a clip over here or something to show that. I'm bad at a lot of things, good at a couple. When did I decide to become handsome? There's something about the kind of fucked up teeth, not shaving, tits, that is evidence to the contrary, but I guess that remains to be seen. Next question. He asks, why do you do the things that you do? Because I want to do them. Unless it's the things that I don't want to do, then those are usually things that I have to do. Next question. What is your favorite memory of streaming from any stream ever? Well, I forget a lot of things I did while streaming, so pardon me, but the one that always sticks in my mind for some fucking reason was when I had my Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. I don't know why. The only reason why is not because of Raid Shadow Legends, but just because of that stream in particular. The first half, I played F-Zero GX, and it was super chill, but I absolutely love that game. Like, I'm a big racing guy. So, F-Zero GX is easily, like, top 3, maybe top 2 racing games of all time to me. And this particular stream, I had just stopped working. And when we started streaming, I didn't eat, so at some point I just got a sandwich. We were all just watching Happy Souls and other YouTube videos while I just, you know, kind of muted myself, ate, unmuted. We would talk about the video. It was It was a really chill time. For some odd reason, when I think about all the times where I get to just lay back and have a good time streaming and shooting shit with people, that one always comes to mind. Lastly, two dads kissing ass. What advice can you give to aspiring sex workers? Yeah, I should definitely give advice considering I'm definitely a sex worker. More power to you, go for it, especially if you can make a shit ton of money doing just showing your tatas or whatever the fuck it is. More power to you, I respect that. Unfortunately, there are social repercussions that come with it. It's just the way it is. It's going to continue to be the way that it is. But if you're sitting on a metric fuck ton of money, I guess they can all go suck a dick, metaphorically. Alrighty. Now we have Arson Crystal, who has a couple of questions. First with, does pineapple belong on pizza? A, if no, would you try pineapple on pizza? B, what reasons do you think the people who are opposite to your answer are against it? I think I get what you mean there. Well, to answer first, I don't think so. I don't like it. I tried it. It's just kind of a weird flavor profile or contrast to the rest of the pizza. I don't like it. Do I care if somebody puts pineapple on pizza? No. And I am a New Yorker. I really don't care. Just, I'm not going to eat it, but that's not a pizza for me in the first place. If you want to see a video about me looking at pizzas that are fucking insane to me, but I also realize that they're not for me, you could just like click that video that's somewhere around here or something. What reasons do you think the people who are opposed to your answer are against it? I don't know, food elitists. Everybody's got to be in each other's businesses, even if they're eating food that the other person wouldn't eat. Beats me. I mean, I think it's funny to riff on it, but I'm not going to tell someone to not eat it. I mean, if you like it, you like it. A little handful of short questions. So, favorite soundtracks? I assume you mean video game soundtracks? Since the vast majority of stuff on my channel is Souls-like content. I'm going to say out of all the games, Dark Souls 3 is like the clear winner to me. Like, the fact that the Deacons have such a banger for such a shitty boss fight is not cool. But God, it slaps. I mean, so many tracks on that in that game are so fucking good. Best / humorous glitches. Too many to count. I still think one of my favorite ones, I was playing some sort of WWE 2K whatever, long time ago, probably like the first quarter of last decade, maybe 10 years ago. We threw one of our friends on the announcer table. Instead of going on top of the announcer table like he should, he went under the announcement table. So we tried pulling him out from underneath the table, and when we did, our characters just started going like, I can't make this shit up. And the character that was underneath the table, instead of just sliding out from underneath the table, started folding and being stretched like Gumby or some shit, and was forming the letter U with his body. I wish I had that on video. However, what I do have on video is this Crackdown 3 glitch I recently experienced. It's fucking amazing.
It's getting dark around, Agent. The blackout zones have created more nighttime in the world. We need to light it back up.
Alright, what toilet paper do you recommend to use to wipe before you shit? Yo, your hands, baby. Your ass is clean before you go in there. It's clean on clean action. Alright, and last question, and probably a pretty loaded one. Jose Escalante asks, how do you feel about indie games versus AAA games? Do you have any favorite indie games? So I'm gonna say this right now, that both of them have a place. Yes, companies do some really scummy shit. Ubisoft, EA, Activision, Square Enix has been doing some stupid shit, but also everything has a place. Indie games are awesome because a lot of them experiment with things you'll never see in AAA games. However, you also have an incredibly wide variety of quality when it comes to indie games. I mean, just look at Steam. It's the fucking Wild West in there. As opposed to AAA games, which some of them are shit, I know, but when it comes to the likelihood of one being just like fucking gutter trash in the same way that some Steam indie games are, Probably highly unlikely. Fallout 76. I mean, you can't even say Cyberpunk when it came out because it was broken, but the game that was there was good. Anyway, there's a place for both of them. And just the big thing when it comes to AAA studios is just that vote with your wallet. If you don't like something, don't buy it. If someone else likes it, leave them alone. Like, I enjoy fucking Far Cry or Assassin's Creed every now and then. EA has the potential to put out some bangers. Star Wars, the Jedi Fallen Order was really good. With Ubisoft, Immortals Phoenix Rising, I call it Breath of the Ubisoft. I fucking love that game. It's like Breath of the Wild, but if you could just kind of chill out and have fun. I know, hot take. Let's not forget that Ubisoft put out the Mario and Rabbids XCOM game, which is better than fucking XCOM. Also, I'm sorry, hot take, but it's like XCOM, but if you're allowed to have fun with it, and it's somehow still not like baby shit stupid. It's very complex and very fun. So, you know, give credit where credit's due. Also shit on them whenever it's deserved. Most importantly, people, don't get hyped for games. Do not get hyped for games. I did not give a fuck about Elden Ring until 2 days before it came out. Honestly. and this is coming from someone who's been playing these games consistently since Dark Souls 1 released in 2011. Don't get hyped for games. You will almost always set yourself up for disappointment, and in the case that you're not disappointed, then you're adequately happy. The emotion spectrum there doesn't balance itself out very well, as opposed to I could speak in my case, since I didn't really give a shit about Elden Ring when it finally came out, I played it, I was fucking floored. I was addicted to that shit. I love it. It's great. But I think that's the big thing, is that AAA always feeds into the hype machine, indie not so much because they don't have marketing budgets. There you go. Alright, so favorite indie games. So I had to check before doing this to make sure that these were in fact indie games, at least for 2 out of the 3. So for the one that's like, I guess the most pure form of indie because it's only a couple of dudes, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's really, really fucking good. Even though sometimes you get lost in that game in a way that's just like, you kind of go fuck yourself. I'm not a fan of that kind of shit, but it's still an amazing game. Warhammer Vermintide 2, it's like Left 4 Dead, but also, hot take, way more fucking fun. Granted, it's only PvE. When I played Left 4 Dead back in the day, it was all about the versus mode. I thought PvE was boring as fuck. Vermintide 2 is a fucking blast. It's just something so satisfying about slapping rats and dirty men that I just cannot get over. And it's one of those games that I always leave installed in my computer because I will almost always come back to it consistently. And lastly, my most favorite indie game. And I double-checked, this one was 100% funded on Kickstarter, so it's not like they got some Kickstarter money and they got money from a publisher or anything. Divinity Original Sin 2. I mean, you have to be into that kind of game, but Divinity is the kind of game where you could do almost anything you want. You could come up with any sort of crazy idea, and it works. It's such a good fucking game. Maybe the only weakness to is that I kind of don't care for the story, but the story in that game is your journey through it as opposed to what they tell you. If you're at all into tabletop role-playing games or even just that kind of, you know, Baldur's Gate style RPG, I would say that game is easily one of the greatest games to come out within like the last 10 years. It's so fucking good. I mean, the first island, you could be there for fucking ever. I've restarted that game a million times with my friends because it has up to 4-player co-op. And a lot of our playthroughs don't make it off the island. I'd be in the game a couple of times, but when it comes to 4 people trying to play together, you're trying to make the time for that, and the game is very, very long. But the tutorial island is so fucking good because immediately from the get-go, you can experiment. It's not that they're forcing your hand to do specific things. You can experiment from the get-go. I'm done gushing over it, but if you haven't played Divinity Original Sin 2, first watch some gameplay because I guess it's like a weird kind of game. If you see it and you think that's cool, fucking go for it. It's so good. Alright, and that about wraps up all these questions. I know I got ranty on some of them, but hey, fuck it. I'm really not going to edit this all that much aside from making sure that my talking isn't that fucked up. Once again, thank you so much, everybody who decided to click that subscribe button. I've been on and off, mostly off, uploading to YouTube since 2014. Decided to really commit to it consistently since February. The fact that I hit 1,000 in 6 months blows my mind because I really didn't think I hit 1,000 at all. So here we are. I guess I'll see you all again at 10,000. Probably be like in, you know, some time, but whatever, right? So, yeah, thank you once again. I'll catch you on the flip side, and don't forget, to always wipe before you shit.